Okay, sorry for delaying. I must talk now very quickly. In this lecture I will present to you software package Latex for preparation teaching material for mathematics. This package can be used in a classroom for your classical lectures as well as for preparing teaching materials for e-learning. The first and the basic question is why learn Latex? I will give you several reasons for that. Unfortunately, our students today are not interested in a lecture that are held in the traditional manner, on the traditional way, and they want a short, effective, multimedia presentation. And Latex will give him that. Another reason is that in the coming years in primary, secondary school in Serbia will be introduced e-learning. In that case, teachers will be faced with demand to know some software package which will support that kind of teaching. And the third reason is the birth rate in Serbia rapidly decreasing, and secondary school will be in the position to fight for every student. Actually, if you have a better teaching materials, you will have more students. Now I will tell something about Latex. Latex has created by Donald Knuth. Donald Knuth is a very maybe living legend in computer science, informatics, mathematics, and he has created a software suite for order sensing which is called TeX. TeX is designed specifically for preparation, publication for materials who contains a lot of mathematical formulas. But there is something wrong in TeX, nothing in the code of TeX, but TeX is completely difficult for users. And in that case, Leslie Lampard was introduced this version of TeX that is improving of Latex. It is improving of TeX in the sense to simplify using of TeX. TeX was creating not only for helping in publishing and writing publication, also for better communication among scientists and mathematicians. It is important to say that Latex is not what you see, is what you get for processing. That means you type some text in source code, and the final document is not that what you're typing in the source code. For instance, Microsoft Word works that is what you see is what you get, word processor. There is some advantages of using Latex. The first of them, I already mentioned that Latex is far superior than order processor when some text contains a lot of equation, mathematical formulas, etc. It is free, you can download it for free from internet. It is platform independent, can be used on the Windows, Linux, Macintosh, and Latex produced a high quality output. Actually, he produced PDFs. That PDFs looks elegant and very professional. The performance of Latex are very high. Why? Because Latex don't crash, for instance, like Word. And files which you produce with Latex are very small files that are just text files. There are some disadvantages of using Latex. You are in that position. It can be difficult for beginners because learning how to use it takes time. You must maybe 3 or 4 weeks learn it from some books, try to get it some PDF in a Latex on your computer, and that takes time and your nerves, of course. It has a complicated workflow. I will tell something about that in our workshop, how to produce PDFs using LaTeX. But once you learn LaTeX, you will not even think about Microsoft Word. Many books for learning LaTeX can be downloaded from the internet. I choose one of them. You can download it for free from this link. I will show you that. This is the contents of that book. The authors of this book are professors from mathematical faculty, University in Belgrade. I will give this link to you. The next question is how to install LaTeX. It is very simple for do that. To install TeX or LaTeX, you have to download from internet and run on your computer software package called MikTeX. MikTeX is a typesetting system made only for Microsoft Windows. You can find on the internet some other systems for Linux, TeX Live, for example. It works also for Microsoft Windows and for Linux, for example. This package can be downloaded for free at miktech.org. I will show you how to do that. Just click on download, click on this field, you start with downloading this package. It takes about 30 minutes to install on your computer. MikTeX provides the tools necessary for preparing documents using TeX or LaTeX, but you have one more step for producing PDFs using LaTeX. That means that you must have some text editor for preparing your source code, source document. There are several text editors for Windows you can find on the internet. For example, this WinEdit, TeXmaker, Bacoma Tech, and some others. For some of them you must pay. For some of them can be downloaded for free from the internet. I prefer to use WinEdit. This is a snapshot of this presentation. You can see just a part of that source code. It has, I think, approximately 900 lines. This is just the first part of them. You can see some use package commands and something else. I will tell you more about it on our workshops today and tomorrow. Now I will tell something about Beamer. Beamer is a LaTeX class for creating presentations that are held using a projector. With Microsoft Word, you have Microsoft PowerPoint. With LaTeX, you have the Beamer. Preparing with Beamer is different from preparing that what you see is what you get program like Microsoft PowerPoint, for instance. And what is very important to know, you must firstly know to use LaTeX, and then you may use Beamer. This is some advantages of Beamer in contrast, for instance, to Microsoft PowerPoint. The first one, you only need the text editor and LaTeX to create a slideshow. You only need a PDF reader. It's enough to you. They are nearly everywhere. You generate slide navigation tools very simple. You deal with mathematical notation very, very easy. Your presentation is in a live text file plus some media if present. In a Beamer you can include voice, some other media or something else what you want. Beamer supported that. Now I will give you some example. What can you do with Beamer making some theorems, some lemmas, some formulas, some equations. With Beamer, it is possible to emphasize theorems, definition, examples. This is one definition of properties of a binary relation rho, and you can introduce that in this way. It is important to say that if you have some definition, you may introduce that level by level and highlight the text which you want to your audience focused on it, and other text is hidden. Now I introduced, for example, symmetricity of binary relation and so on to the end of the definition. Now I just show you how to include some pictures in Beamer. Also, you can draw pictures of mathematical objects directly in Latex, but it is very difficult to us. That's already advanced level for knowing Latex, and I wouldn't talk about it in our workshops. Also, you may create some tables in a Latex. This is a truth table. Other mathematical objects can be introduced in a Beamer in very easy way. I present to you nth order determinant in this way. It looks horrible in Microsoft Windows, you know that. Or Sarus rule on this way. Also, you can present a system of linear equation that looks horrible also in Microsoft Windows, but this is very, very nice and tight. Now, I give you some example how to show to your students in a classroom solving of some problem. If you have a lecture in a classroom, you can put whole solution to your students and discuss with them about how to solve this derivation. You can include also one package of Latex to show how to cancel some of expression, some of terms in your expression. In the other way, you can solve some problems step by step. In this way, this transformation, how to include substitution, some other transformation, and how to obtain the primitive function of initial integral. This is example how to solve, for example, system of linear equation. I tagged this system with one. I show why later. And I start with solution. I introduce the Cramer's rule. I have discussion. And when you read this text, if you forgot what is the system 1, or your student forgotten what is the system 1, you just click on this point and you will see what is system 1. Of course, I may tag this system with 2, and now I will set the system 2. Also, if you forgot what is the system 2, you can just click on that point and view what is the system 2, and this is the whole solution of that system. In the previous slides, I will tell you how to use Beamer to prepare a very nice slideshows with a lot of mathematical equation formulas and mathematical objects. Now I will give you one proposition how to improve teaching mathematics using the Beamer. Students often say that in the beginning of schooling he or she liked math, but in the some level of he or she is schooling lost a step with mathematical curriculum. The most common students' reason for that is these four. Maybe you have some another reasons. The first one is my favorite. And the consequence of this is that the students are not motivated to continue to learn math because they no longer have enough knowledge for doing it. And what to do in that case. I will try to give one proposition how to overcome this problem using the beamer. When you create the lecture using a beamer, you might create some extra slides which contains mathematical knowledge that could cause problems to the student to follow the topics from the current lecture. In beamer you can place a hyperlinks beside a mathematical notation or mathematical method that you assume the student from the previous schooling does not know. Clicking on the hyperlink, the student is transferred to the topic which he or she does not know enough to learn it first. At the end of that topic, you may also place a hyperlink which returns students to original place in the text. And I will give you one example. In the third grade on the secondary school, I think, you must introduce the notion on second order determinant. When you introduce that notion, you must tell something about the system involves two equations and two variables and solve that system, obtaining the unique solution of that system. And this condition is actually determines that unique solution. Actually, this expression is the second order determinant. Maybe your student don't know what is the additional method to use to produce these solutions, and the student may click on this spot and start to learn about additional method or the method of opposite coefficients. He learned about that. When he finished that, he clicks on this spot and he returns to the original place and start to reading this again. But now he knew what is the method of opposite coefficients. This way of creating teaching materials have several important advantages. The main text is not overloaded with unnecessary information. Teaching materials are adopted to all students according to their level of mathematical knowledge. The students learn at a pace that suits them. All the necessary mathematical knowledge are at the same location, and more broadly, what is very important, all math teachers from the same school can create a repository of mathematical knowledge from which they can pick up necessary teaching material for creating some mathematical lectures. At the end, this is some kind of conclusion. This is override of whole my lecture. Thanks for your